Hello. So I have a project. This project is not gonna be an easy one, and I know that it's gonna take tools here. Take a swig of my iced tea. So yeah, this isn't gonna be a political video. This is just gonna be a video about me and my um a project that I'm doing. I've got two old, cheap, very fucking cheap BC Rich guitars. One that I've disassembled all the way down to just the neck, and I'm going to be putting a new paint job on one of them, and I'm also going to try to find. I've taken the pickups out of one of them, and I'm trying to disassemble it, unwind it, all that shit. I've got some parts here and an old, hippie goat milk caramel thing. My brother was involved in that down in Texas. Um, I am disassembling and unwinding a whole. I'm not sure what type of pickups these even are. It's just a stock, generic, passive BC Rich humbucker that comes in. I, Let me do some googling because it was in a cheap piece of shit chintzy BC Rich V. Um, that I think Kerry King had. It was the KKV, the Kerry King V, but it wasn't the top of the line. It was way bottom shelf. It was like $200, I think. And it came with shitty stock pickups. The oh yeah, the KKV came with, I think, active pickups, and it's got the same body style and the same paint. Came with active pickups and um, a trim system, and mine was the very, very, very base. It was as base as possible. Great. Now that I've done some Googling, I can't seem to find where I'm recording the video at, the YouTube video. I did a Google search, and I do not know where exactly to find it. Oh yeah, there it is. So I'm disassembling this. Here's just for a stock. This was the neck position pickup, not the bridge position pickup. The bridge position one is already mostly disassembled. I got some wire. I might as well throw that in with the other pieces here of that. That I'm keeping all the pieces in the jar so that I know where everything is. Um, yeah. And I'm going to use this as kind of a starters learners project. I dropped the hold on. I dropped sort of, well, this was the body, and it came with shitty pickups, and the wood is kind of chintzy. You can see there. I had problems with the port. Both the ports had just been ruined. And it was nothing more than just me like turning up or down the volume. So what I just and I dropped the wing of the V right there, and I know this shit makes me cringe. Like it, I know it is a total cringe thing of a butcher job that's been done to these two guitars since I've had them, and I will own up to that. Right now, I've got a much better guitar that's like my baby that I because of how rough I was on these two guitars when I first started playing, I baby the ever living shit of it, and I've done work to it. Um, but these two guitars are really just terrible. So what I figured I'd do is huh, interesting article. Serena Williams got banned from the for wearing a catsuit at the tennis open. That's funny. Serena Williams is kind of hot. I mean, fuck. Even after she's had that kid, she's still kind of hot. And I don't normally like girls that have had kids, or should I say, women that have had kids. But Serena Williams is damn sexy. Anyways, right now I'm just in the initial stages of deconstructing the pickups. I'm deconstructing the bridge position pickups. I already got two ports out of this one. I am unwinding. Yeah. So it's just and two magnets that went into. They go into my safety lighter. Here's parts of it. Yeah. So I'm just working on um, all of this. This whole thing is one massive project for me, and I don't really have the money to do this. But this is a project that I've been keeping off and keeping off and keeping off. I just figured, fuck it, it's time to get started. I don't have money for to get the parts that I. It's either I am going to rewire these, or I'm going to buy a nice set of EMGs or a lace set of finger burners, or some high dirt metal pickup, especially for that. And I'm gonna give it a brand new uh, coat of paint, or I'll do some kind of stain on the wood. I hope. But right now, all of this shit is just in the very. If this were a person, it wouldn't even be fucking. Its mother wouldn't even be 9 months pregnant. So I'm just getting started on the very beginning of, and I might upload videos on this as time goes by. Um, I'm getting sick of doing the politics videos because the world's so fucked right now. Everything's so fucked right now, to be honest. My life isn't going that well either. I mean, hopefully some stuff picks up for me, but right now my life's kind of fucked. Um, so yeah, I'm working on all of this and trying to keep to myself. That's actually what I've been trying to do for the past, I don't know, all summer now. I've been trying to keep alone and not fucking ruin my life by doing stupid shit. When I get alone with my thoughts, I do really dumb shit. So I'm trying to keep myself occupied in a way that doesn't involve me being left alone with my thoughts. Anyone else with anxiety or depression like I have. I'm just hoping understands this. It is currently 7:03. Um, what else can I talk about while I unwire these? Um, this is my first live stream. I mean, first legitimate live stream. I've done a live stream before, but nobody joined, and I didn't feel like the effort of waiting for people to join. I might read that Serena Williams article, which sounded funny, which was a push notification phone. After being banned from wearing a catsuit at the French Open tennis champion Serena Williams hits the court in a designer tutu. That sounds funny. I might read that later. I'm gonna just Google that. Alright, let me just fucking Google. Thank you. You're fucking the best. Alright. Images of Serena Williams in a catsuit. Damn, that's pretty hot, actually. Yeah, for someone her age and who has had a kid, God, she's actually fucking sexy, I will admit. That's one thing that I don't ever really talk about on this channel. It's not that I don't want to talk about it. I might make a video about this later, but it's just I don't know. I don't feel comfortable really objectifying women in that way. Even if it's just me alone, I don't feel comfortable talking about women's, attractiveness in a derogatory kind of way. It just makes me feel uncomfortable. I know everyone's going to say, "Oh, Alex, you're such a cock," or whatever the fucking alt right bullshit is, but I just don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what people call me, honestly. I've been a liberal fucking progressive in the deep south for fucking 22 years now. I don't give a fuck. I don't care if the alt right calls me a cuck because I don't feel like objectifying women. Um, although, as long as we're on the subject of objectifying women, I will talk about maybe someday in the future um, what I find to be attractive in women and women that I do find to be particularly attractive, celebrities that I do find to be attractive and whatnot. Um, although I don't really find many celebrities attractive. Any of the well known, anyone that I could mention here, and people would obviously be like, "Oh yeah, I know who that is." I don't. I don't find them uh, hot or attractive or sexy or whatnot. I mean, I could name porn stars that I would find like that I would find really goddamn attractive and really goddamn sexy. I could name a couple off the top of my head. Um, but as far as like people who say like Nicki Minaj is really really sexy, or God, what's another one that people just go ape shit over? That people find Katy Perry. She's not that attractive to me. Another one that I've seen people like flip shit over, like oh she's so gorgeous, is Aubrey Plaza. But I mean she's okay, but she's not like my thing. A lot of women that people that mainstream says are conventionally attractive aren't really my thing. I never really had too much of a thing for blondes or just don't seem to turn me on in a way, in any sort of major way. I mean, I'll look at women who are conventionally, what society deems, gorgeous. And I'll just be like, yeah, she's attractive, but I'm not gonna like really swoon. I've got a Tinder, so I could just take out my phone and point out like each person that I find attractive and unattractive on Tinder, but I'd rather not do that. And don't think this means that I'm not, attracted to women. I, I definitely am. I've got a couple of ex girlfriends who will tell you that I'm definitely attracted to women. Um, some of them were really drop dead gorgeous. At least to me. But my problem with dating and relationships, as long as I'm on this, uh, is that I like to be alone a lot of the time. I am a massive introvert, and the problem with me in dating, in relationships, and finding women beautiful or ugly or what else is I would like a relationship with someone who shares kind of my passions and shares my desire to be alone most of the time, or someone that I could be alone with a lot of the time. Someone that doesn't really like to go out and do a lot of shit, but would rather, I don't know, spend time working on shit like this, like my fucking guitar projects that I've had here for 3-ish years and never touched, or read. I excessively go online and read articles, or just stay inside alone. I'd also like it that I'd also really love it if, for once, instead of getting trolls from the alt right attacking my politics and attacking my point of view. I would love to be attacked from the left because I know I'm not. I come off as very radical, but that's only within the context of US politics. Internationally, I'm fairly centralist. I've said this a million and one times, but nobody seems to listen because America's shitty. But yeah, I'd love to be attacked from the left because that never happens on YouTube because the alt right is dominating YouTube. Um, and that wasn't the case when YouTube was first a thing. Is there a memory? Well, yeah, when YouTube was first a thing, it was all leftist. I mean, that's how I became an atheist through. I mean, I know he's kind of a currently a alt right shill and a sellout, but the Amazing Atheist was one. One of many, I might add. I think Thunderfoot around '08 was basically just science and not going on to debunk pseudosciences like I don't know. It's been like God. How can I say this without sounding like I agree with it? Oh well, debunked pseudosciences um, is kind of what he espouses now. So I say if like debunked alt right pseudosciences is kind of what Thunderfoot does now. But in '08, he was just basically your average, yay, let's do science YouTube channel. Um, I don't know. I tend to look back. I might be nostalgic for old old YouTube because that's what I grew up with and when I was growing up. I'm 22 now, if that gives you perspective. But yeah, I do tend to get nostalgic for old YouTube, and that's where most of my politics developed. Was the internet used to be fairly far left, and I kind of miss that. I miss things being, yeah. I like things to be simple, and they're not now. They're really not. Well, they've never been simple, but they've been easier to look at things in the past. I feel with more information available more readily, things get way more complicated. And I'm tired of life being all shades of gray. I would I might find it comforting to look at things in as if they were black and white, as if there was a solid right and wrong on planet Earth. I mean, you think about it, it's all subjective. Um, for example, murder everyone thinks that that's like universally kind of wrong. That's like one of the benchmarks we have for what is morally right and wrong. However, if you knew that there was going to be a guy who was going to sometime in the future, you had, divined knowledge, which isn't something I believe in, but for the sake of this argument, go with it. If, say, you had divined knowledge that, I don't know, say a family member was going to go on a killing spree or something like that, um, would it still be immoral to kill them to save, say hundreds of lives or something like that, if or even just two or three lives? Um, so yeah, there's all or theft is one of the ones that we say as a society is pretty much universally wrong. But what if you're stealing a loaf of bread to feed your starving family? Is it still wrong then? Another one that is fairly common, especially amongst the religious, is lying. You should never tell a lie because lying is always immoral. Well, this was one of the first gray areas that I came across. Is the example that was given to me was, well, yeah, lying is is pretty bad, but what if you're, say, lying to a Nazi officer about whether or not you are hiding Jews in your house? What if you're saving a Jewish family and lying to a Nazi officer about that? Then all of a sudden, lying doesn't just become, you know, something that is acceptable, but it could be argued that lying in said situation is a moral God, I'm getting off topic. Is a moral imperative. Oh, fuck. I'm ranting now. I'm just fucking ranting. If you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go get my charger for my computer. I'm back. I feel like posting this with a super clickbaity title. I like while I was going to get my computer charger, I felt like posting this video with a title, "Lying is a moral imperative," just as the title. I'm thinking about that. Oh, and John McCain died a couple of days ago, I think. Oh my god, I feel like shit today. I've been feeling like shit for the past couple of days. I'm kind of giving up on the project for now, on the guitar project. I'll be back someday, maybe tomorrow or something like that, to really finish up. I dewound half of the pickup, if you can see there. Ugh. I think that's it for the live stream. I think the live stream's over for now. Yeah, shit. This is from my state. I'll cover this, and this will be the end of it. North Carolina Republicans abandoned attempt to rig state Supreme Court race. God damn it. I'll read this article and talk about it later. Peace.